Other than about how angry you'd made me, you'd already left again and were back in London, living your life, and perhaps forgetting all about this conversation with your grandfather. I, on the other hand, have more time than I know what to do with. That is, if you measure in days and not years. It recently struck me again how young your Oma was when she died. 72. I hardly even know anyone that young anymore, apart from my family and the people who work here. I really thought we'd have longer together. But anyway, lots of time, lots of quiet and nothing to do. And my memory, once you'd kicked it, began slowly, wheezily at first, to turn over. With very old memories, it seems that the more you roll them around, the more they pick up. Faces I hadn't seen in decades now appear among the other diners in the restaurant, and I catch the whisper of forgotten names in the chatter at the bakery. Of everything, it's the people who come back first. Sometimes it's not unlike a reunion. Many I'm happy to see again. Then come sounds and sensations, more and more of them. The motorized snorting from the gun carriage I drove into Russia on. The hunger. My goodness, I remember the hunger, when it's in your arms and legs, as if you can actually feel the muscle cells breaking down. Just the memory of it was enough to send me to the Greeks for a plate of souvlaki and chips, more than I could ordinarily hope to finish. I knew what I was doing, of course, but it was reassuring to be able to do it. These mundanities are probably not what you wanted to hear about, but this is what there is. Since our conversation, I felt again the constant mild sunburn, the tight aching skin on my forearms and the back of my neck in that first Ukrainian summer, the thick, standing heat that I loved and that lay on us like gravy. We'd string poncho canopies across the back of the gun carriage and doze in the shade, stripped to our underclothes while we jolted through the countryside. The coppery dust churned up from the dirt roads would stick to us while we daydreamed, and if you didn't find a river to jump in, you'd have to scrape it off as red paste in the evenings. As these sense memories have come back from the brink of oblivion, they've started stretching out towards each other, joining up and thickening into incidents, conversations, things that happened. The more I write down, the more there is. An old burn on the back of my left hand has begun to itch again. It wasn't all sunbathing. I heard shell fire the other day while I was walking in the park, the dull thump of my howitzer. And just this morning in the lift, I suddenly found myself running a sweat, my face purple, my heart in the grip of a fear that had long been dormant. It's all made me think that perhaps I can do something with this time I still have. The plan was that your Oma and I would be travelling and enjoying our retirement. Well, life isn't fair, we know that. There you go, another platitude. But can you imagine what she'd say if she knew I'd been watching television in the afternoons? I know she'd be pleased to think of me using the energy and lucidity I have left. Working again after all those years of working towards being able to stop. It feels good. She'd be pleased, whatever I was doing, but you were always her favourite. She'd be happy I'm doing something for you, even if it's only writing you this long letter. I read somewhere that in medieval Japan, old samurai used to write down what they'd learned about how to live, to help educate their sons and grandsons. Each generation added their own experiences, so that as a young man you could be handed the advice of centuries. I've always liked that idea, especially because I wish you and my father could have met. He was a reader, the bookish kind of minister, who decorated his house with shelves. I think you would have liked each other. And there's something about my time in the East that I want to explain to you. I can't quite articulate